What is span of supervision in management? In a management system, the term span of supervision refers to the gaps or space between the supervision of management. One French management consultant explained the three kinds of relationships for the span of supervision: that a higher authority should have a good connection with his subordinate or lower manager employees. The number of working managers under a higher authority manager, and some calculation is done in this management system, which he suggested. The span of management means the number of subordinates who can be managed efficiently by one supervisor. Simply the manager having the group or the number of subordinates who can report him directly is called the span of supervisor, as it defines clearly the number of a subordinate that can be controlled by one manager having higher authority. There are various names of the types of spacing in management. Span of management, span of control, span of supervision, span of responsibility. There is a lot of importance of an effective span of management as an effective span of management. It can provide better supervision and manage the control system of the organization. It can increase the efficiency of an organization. The effective span of management makes good professional relations, communication, and coordination skills among the managers and the employees. It helps to maintain the discipline among the employees of an organization. It's mandatory to have better supervisors and control in any organization. If there is an appropriate span of control, then the supervisor will have a limited number of coordinates under him so that he can manage them very efficiently, and the control will be more enhanced. It helps to make a good professional relationship among the supervisor and subordinates so that they will get time to develop good professional relations between themselves, as well as good communication and good coordination. Now the word span means the space between two supports of an office structure or an organization or a building. It refers to the space between two pillars in case of a vast construction. The span or space between two pillars, if it becomes too narrow, the management will be good, but that will be not efficient, but in another case, if it will be too large, then it will be neither good or nor efficient. That's why the span of supervision or management should be maintained in a dedicated way for every organization. There are two types of span of management or supervision. 1. Narrow span of management. In the case of narrow span of management, list number of people or employees is managed by the manager. That's why the management system becomes good but not very much profitable, as it increases the number of managers in the organization. Keeping more numbers of trained and experienced managers is also because challenging for organizations. But you can simply see the width for narrow span of management is less and small. That's why it is called narrow span of management. 2. Wide span of management. In the case of wide span of management, more employees are managed by under a single manager. This type of management system is profitable by the organization, but the management system becomes weaker. As you can see, managing lots of employees, it becomes more challenging and difficult for a single manager. That's why organizations can face lists of quality output from their employees. But in this case, we can see the width of the span of management is bigger. That's why it's called a wide span of management. Categories of span of supervision. In this case, narrow means too small span of management and wide means too large spans of management. It can be simply understandable. If the span of management becomes too wide, then the building or breach may collapse, or on the other hand, if it becomes too narrow, the cost of the construction will increase. That's why the span of the management should be properly decided, or the space between the management. Hope this post has helped you to gain some knowledge about the span of supervision. If you like this post, then follow SciKn for the next upcoming blog posts. So if you like this post, do share with your friends and family, and follow SciKn in our social media like Facebook and LinkedIn.